Hey guys, it's Marco, and today we're unboxing the Gigabyte B850 AI top motherboard. This is an AMD AM5 socket motherboard from Gigabyte, and it's a pretty interesting motherboard. The reason why we're looking at this today is I intend to use this in a workstation build coming up. I'm transitioning my mini ITX build over to a full ATX build thanks to this motherboard over here. And I think this is a kind of an unknown motherboard. I know it's got AI in its name, and we're sick of this AI marketing, but is this a legitimate board? Is it a great contender as a workstation board? So let's get it unboxed and see what we get here and what this motherboard looks like. Now, got the board itself. All right, so there you have it. It's a pretty good looking board. I've never really used Gigabyte in the past. I've been more of an MSI and Asus user, but there's a reason why I've looked into this board, and the main reason why I wanted to pick this board up is it's because this board supports dual 10 gigabit Ethernet. My intention for the new workstation is for it to be a video editing machine hooked up to my network attached storage that supports 10 gigabit Ethernet, and my TP-Link Archer BE 90,000, which is a Wi-Fi 7 router. What's nifty about this board as well, it supports dual M.2 slots that are Gen 5, and you also get a third M.2 slot that's Gen 4. So a lot of storage options over here as far as the M.2 slots go. So dual Gen 5, and you get one Gen 4 M.2 slot. Another thing that's so interesting about this board is that the PCI Express Gen 5 slots are both X16. So that means both of them share enough bandwidth to provide full speed PCI Express. That's very interesting to me. I don't know how that's going to work if you have two GPUs. I don't know if it's like the old days with SLI, but that's interesting to see that in a board like this. Another thing I really like about the I/O over here is that there's a ton of USB 3.2 ports. So you have 7 USB 3.2 ports in total, and you have 4 USB 2.0 ports in the back for older accessories. So lots of USB ports over here. Very exciting to see, as this is going to be a computer that's going to be hooked up to a lot of peripherals. You still have 4 SATA 3 spots over here for expansion. So if you're looking to hook up hard drives or maybe SATA SSDs, you can do that as well. And for the RAM, you're able to support 256 gigabytes of DDR5. It's pretty impressive. And again, all of these features for a board that's using the B850 chipset. You have support for dual GPUs and dual 10 gigabit Ethernet built into the I/O, 256 gigs of RAM, and a ton of USBs and Wi-Fi 7. This is a pretty future-proof board and almost like a workstation setup for a consumer-grade board. And what's crazy is that this board costs $350. Now, that's not a cheap board for a B850 board, but when you consider all the features that you get on this specific board, compared to some X870 boards, I think this is a great value for what you get. Here's a look at that Wi-Fi 7 module. It's just a plastic little antenna, but it has a connection for it to connect to the back of your motherboard. So when your motherboard is set up, all you need to do is hook it up to the back, and now you got your Wi-Fi 7 antenna. Overall, my first impressions are I'm super impressed with the build quality of this board. The thermal design, the heat sinks, and the VRM heat sinks are really nice quality. It's very hefty, it's very heavy. Again, for a lot of the features that you're looking for in a typical workstation for a setup that's going to be doing a lot of productivity work, a lot of video editing. This could be a great option for a lot of workstations out there. I don't hate the design. I think that it's a little bit boring with this gray look, but it's a little bit understated and minimalistic, which is pretty cool, which would fit into most builds. I don't hate it. I don't love it either. It's not anything crazy. And again, it's marketing that whole AI aspect, which is why I'm excited to see how well this will do with local large language models, installing a lot of RAM and testing it out for myself, to see how capable of a workstation I could build with it. Yeah, super impressed with the build quality so far. It's a very neutral kind of color scheme, so if you're doing a completely stealth kind of build, this should fit the bill. It's nothing crazy. It's not the most beautiful or unique board. I don't imagine this having any kind of RGB, which is kind of what I'm looking for anyways for my workstation. I don't need anything flashy. I just want something that looks professional and functional. So pretty cool. It's a quick first look at the Gigabyte B850 AI top motherboard. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when I do my follow-up video, when I use this actual motherboard and build a new system. So stay tuned for that.